Greetings, everyone. On behalf of the entire John Halls Alaska team and family, thank you for your generous support over these challenging times the last couple of years. We sincerely appreciate all of you and look forward to hosting you in the future. We want to take a few moments and share with you our elevated cleaning procedures that will help keep you safe, they'll help keep Alaskans safe, and they'll also help keep our team safe. Thank you again for your support, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Guest health and safety have always been a priority for the John Halls Alaska family and team. And prior to this pandemic, we were already following high sanitation standards. During this time, we have elevated our standards that much more, and we are going above and beyond for our staff and guests. We want to take a few minutes to share with you some of the precautions being taken by our team, tour managers, and family to help ensure guests have the vacation experience they expect when they choose to travel with John Halls Alaska. Guest safety and health are safeguarded throughout the entire experience, and as an organization, we are doing everything in our power to protect Alaska residents and Alaska businesses so that they can remain healthy as well. Motor coaches remain one of the safest modes of transportation, and we continue to set a positive example for our industry. John Halls Alaska has set up specific cleaning standards for frequent daily cleanings, including common touch points, and extensive attention is being paid to the coaches each evening and in between tour groups. The process starts before you board the motor coach. Before each tour, the motor coach is thoroughly cleaned and then sanitized. We will be removing all unnecessary supplies, cleaning any remaining dirt from windows, seats, and other areas of the motor coach, following a 32-point touch-point disinfecting regimen. This includes the usage of alcohol-based materials or wipes with a high amount of disinfectant. Other touch points that will be regularly cleaned multiple times throughout the day include all railings, overhead bins, the beverage galley, the onboard restroom, the driver's area, and passenger seat belts. Every evening, we will sanitize the entire coach with a fogging machine, which kills bacteria and viruses. We will follow this with another wipe down to remove residue left from the fogging machine.
So everybody's known that our company has probably one of the most luxurious fleets on the road, and that's something that we really pride ourselves on, but we've taken that a step further with the COVID-19, and we have gone and basically stepped up our sanitizing game, so all the hard surfaces, seat belts, handles when you walk in, our Keurig machine, things that people touch all the time, those are being sanitized pretty much every time that coach stops. Then we also have a ULV cold fogging technology that we'll be doing every night, so the coach will be fogged. We've also worked with our manufacturer, MCI, and they have developed an antimicrobial filter that goes in place of the filters for the HVAC system, and our mechanic has actually also retrofitted where we have added an additional filtration in our overhead blowers. So we are covering it from all bases. The information that we have right now, we're doing the best that we can to make sure that we're keeping our passengers safe and comfortable.
While touring, your tour manager will be hard at work behind the scenes. Following each disembarkation, he or she will focus on cleaning and sanitizing common touch points, such as handrails, guide bars, and overheads. On board the motor coach, we do make some requests of our guests. For the time being, we have limited tour capacity to 24 passengers or less. We will practice social distancing on board the coach, allowing for the maximum amount of space between you and any travelers outside of your family group. John Halls Alaska requests that our guests assist us in maintaining a healthy travel pod. All guests will have temperatures taken on a daily basis as they board the motor coach. Facial coverings or masks are required to be worn during embarkation and disembarkation of the motor coach, as well as when moving about the coach. We strongly request that you wear masks while seated during travel on board the motor coach. Use of hand sanitizer before boarding the motor coach is required. Please use hand sanitizer when disembarking the coach prior to visiting a public or Alaska Partners facility. Limit moving around the motor coach when possible. When disembarking the coach, we ask that guests unload front to back to avoid invading other guests' personal space. For your safety, our tour managers will be wearing a mask while driving. Please avoid using the seats directly behind the coach door. The beverage galley will still be available for guest use. Proper cleaning products are available, and we ask that guests use these products to wipe down items that they have touched prior to returning to their seat. For further protection, all items will be individually wrapped. Bottled water will be available by request from your tour manager. Compliments of John Halls Alaska. Each guest will receive a welcome bag upon arrival in Anchorage. Welcome bags will contain individual hand wipes to use throughout your trip. In addition, there are reusable masks and individual hand sanitizers available. We do recommend that you bring along your own supply of sanitizing products for use when flying to and from Alaska. Guests should be prepared for your tour manager to ask you a series of health and safety questions prior to daily travel. John Halls Alaska is following all city, borough, and individual partner COVID-19 safety mandates, and guests will be expected to adhere to these while visiting certain destinations. Your tour manager will make you aware of any requirements prior to your visits at each destination. The John Halls Alaska team have been encouraged to obtain the COVID-19 vaccination upon becoming eligible for it, though it is not a requirement that our team members or guests receive a vaccination at this time. Guests who have received the vaccination should advise the John Halls Alaska team prior to arriving in Alaska. Every guest, whether vaccinated or not, should expect to provide proof of a negative COVID testing taken 72 hours prior to travel. Please test before leaving for Alaska, or plan to take advantage of the State of Alaska's free testing provided upon arrival at the airport. Keep in mind that tests given at the airport may take up to 5 days for results, and guests will need to quarantine at a hotel in Alaska until results have been returned. Additional hotel overnights will be at the guest's expense. In addition, guests may be tested for COVID-19 prior to heading into remote areas. For example, when flying to Juneau for your privately chartered small vessel or custom catamaran experience. Testing required while enjoying your tour will be provided. Compliments of John Halls Alaska. In an effort to limit the spread of disease, we do have safety protocols in place to remove guests in the event that they become exposed to COVID-19 or other sicknesses. We also ask you for your support in immediately notifying your tour manager should you develop a COVID symptom so that the proper next steps can be taken. A full list of protocols, State of Alaska mandates, and other COVID-19 resources are available at www.kissalaska.com. On behalf of the entire John Halls Alaska organization, thank you for choosing to travel with us. We are committed to your health and safety, and we wish you a wonderful vacation experience.